Meeting into order. We thank all the folks, community people here today, and the many folks that joined us by way of Facebook. Can we have our roll call?
YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah, same thing. Somebody might be.
It's the same thing. Are we doing roll call vote?
Yes. District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6.
Here.
District 7.
Here.
District 8.
Here.
District 9. Let the record reflect that all members are present.
Thank you.
All right, let's pray. We take this moment, Almighty God, and thank Him for our bountiful blessings, especially the parish's natural resources. We give thanks to God for our brave and courageous men and women in our military who daily risk their lives to protect our precious freedom, and we pray for our world leaders to know how to obtain world peace. We pray that this government body, comprised both of council and administration, will always serve this parish with honesty, humility, and equality to all. As this government body gathers here today, we pray for the wisdom to know right from wrong and the courage to do that which is right. Amen.
Amen.
I ask that we keep Father Jerry and his family in our prayers. Father Jerry died last night.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Soul rest in peace.
Man.
Ready?
Item 2, executive session, there is none. 3, proclamations, there are none. 4, administration updates.
Good afternoon. For Mr. DeMarco in Public Service, the permit office, the repairs to the permit office are now completed. Staff should start moving back in shortly. At the Percy Griffin Center, the new AC unit over the kitchen area, that's been successfully installed. For Infomark, got quite a few reports for them. The second semi-annual priority pollutant sampling has been completed. Results are pending. Infomark is working to gather information and assist in planning for the Buras wastewater treatment plant. It's a 90-day response to the compliance order that was received that is due by November the 2nd this year. The Point LaHash water plant reverse osmosis is in operation. Even though the chloride levels are at the intake are well under the 250 mark, LDH has requested and has asked us to use the ROs, and so they're in operation as well. The Dalcor filter number 1 has been rebuilt and is in operation. The leak has been repaired. Braithwaite Water Tower is full and plant operation, and service pressures are back to normal. System training was completed in the week of October the 13th through the 17th. Infomark is currently working with the Harris Company to review configurations for the new software. They're also continuing file cleanup on the billing system before they trigger any data conversions. The Diamond Booster Station variable frequency drive install is currently being conducted. This project included the installation and programming of 3 of those devices at the Diamond Booster Station. Training will be conducted this week. Infomark started pumping and cleaning out all lift stations in the parish with the vac truck, as well as cleaning sewer lines. This project began the week of 10/13. Primary clarifier number 1 and number 2 Bell Chase wastewater treatment repairs. These are being placed back in service this week pending inspections. Brad Brule, the project manager, Safe Streets for All Public Workshop reminder for next week, October 27th, is at the Bell Chase Auditorium. It's from 5:30 to 7. October the 28th at the Percy M. Griffith Community Center, 5:30 to 7. October the 29th at the Port Sulphur Community Center. The YMCA is at 5:30 to 7. That's what we have this meeting. Ms. Taylor's got a paragraph to read.
Mr. Chairman, I'll ask that we go to 11B1, presentation of the 2026 proposed budget, if that's okay.
11B,
Yes, sir. On the new business.
any objection? Hearing none, I think you're good.
Okay, I just wanted to move here after President got finished with his update. Each of you have already been presented with the 2026 operating budget and five-year capital improvement budget. Administration is asking, as you review this budget during the next few weeks, please contact my office or the Finance Department with any questions or suggestions. This will facilitate efficient and effective budget hearings. We look forward to working with the Parish Council to review this proposed budget for adoption prior to the start of the 2026 fiscal year. Also, I wanted to mention that HR, Human Resources, right now has open enrollment going on. It started on the 20th and will run through November 3rd. If you have any changes, the link was sent to everyone. If there are any changes to your insurance, additions, deletions, or anything, fill out the form and get it back to them. If there aren't any still, just put on the form, no changes, and get that form back to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the audience to our parish president report? Sorry? Oh, Pat. Table? Go to Mitch.
Got me queued in. Rennie, I know we talked lately the last few days. What is the status of the sale of the LSU Ag property?
The status is I just received an email on my way over here that that the documents are in fact ready and that for our review and that we could close on them as early as Monday if my office reviews them and is satisfied. So that is there. There were some email exchanges back and forth. I disagreed with the port. They suggested that we do a purchase sale agreement. I didn't think it was necessary. I told them that over a month ago. And the parish president went ahead and signed it anyway just because he wanted to move the sale along. And then it discovered, as you also in my email, that the port didn't even honor the agreement with the $20,000 deposit. So I expressed my frustration about that via email, I think yesterday. And so, but my understanding is it's ready for sale. The closing can happen as early as Monday. I need to review the documents, and if I'm satisfied, then the parish president said he'll make himself available Monday to do the closing.
Okay, did $20,000 ever show up yet?
Has it gone? I just accepted their word. Dwyer Cambry called me and said that the port was sending it. They never did confirm whether or not they actually received it or not. So I'm just taking her word that it was sent and that they did receive it.
All right, thank you.
But the port should be able to answer that question, yeah.
Mr. Schultz?
What is the status of our mosquito control? Trucks up, trucks down, all that. I've been getting complaints of in my district, but then seeing in other districts where the trucks are down,
Trucks aren't down.
and then chemicals out, all this, like, so what, can you give an update on if all trucks are operational?
We'll be having the chemicals, they'll be available probably tomorrow or Monday, and the trucks will be up and running.
Light now.
Okay. And the lawsuit that we authorize, are we on hold right now with that? Or
You're talking
about the bridge?
about the bridge. We're sitting on hold. We're letting the governor take his due diligence on it. At the end of the day, if we're not satisfied, we're ready to pull the trigger.
Okay, thank you.
What lawsuit are you referring to?
Where we authorized a month ago to file suit against plenary and
Okay.
DOTD. I just want to see what, if we filed it, if we are on hold or what. So,
We're on hold with it. And the governor asked me
Okay.
if we would do that. So
I just didn't know if we filed it before that or not, so that's why I was just asking.
Well-
If it was,
that was on a Thursday. We were going to file on a Friday.
okay. Thank you. I yield.
Who we got next? Mr. Newsom?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. couple questions. I know you spoke in your update about, some software. Is that water billing software?
Yes.
And what's the status? Do we have it? Are we waiting on it? Because I think, and I don't know the exact date, but I think we appropriated money to do that early this year. So,
It's in budget, we put it in the budget. At the budget hearing last year, we put it in the budget, so it was available January 1st.
so
It's actually, it takes a while for it to get all.
It take a while?
The water billing software. So, me and Jeff are actually working with Harris. When he come back next week, we actually got a big call.
we have purchased the software.
Yes,
We are in the process of implementing.
yes, sir. So transferring everybody data to the new software is. it
When's
takes
the
time.
do you have an anticipated?
Maybe March. Maybe March. But we're actually using some of the software right now, but just transferring everybody data, making sure that it aligns and nobody won't get any correct billing. So, it takes a while to get.
Because, and I'm not gonna go too much into about the budget, but water's a definitely, and you know a lot about water.
Yeah.
Water's definitely an issue with the budget, and we're gonna have to, I don't know, we'll get into.
But we collecting a lot of pass-through bills, things like that. I'm pretty sure y'all got calls of people we turning the water off. So we're going through the whole system.
They're not paying the bill, yeah, and that's, yeah.
We just don't want to make any incorrect things. So
I understand, thank you.
Before you go, yeah, again, I was trying to understand it, and maybe Mr. Hinckley was saying something about the Brickway water tower being filled, and I want to commend you and the administrator together twice, because the work in Brickway Park did make a difference in the area. But that doesn't mean that the English Turn water lines are adequate enough to sustain this temporary pressure that we have. So what is the state of those pipes? Are they still needed?
Well, talking to Jeff, we have that. Well, as you know, like it has been already engineered. We're just looking for funding right now. I think the funding part is we might be lacking for replacing all the lines in Breakway. I can't remember how much the project is. I want to say around $1 million, 1.5, somewhere around there, to replace all the lines. So those lines are still brittle, but we are. I know we're in the process of looking for funding for that.
Because there was some question from a lot of people whether the Brickway water towers really fill.
It's full.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they should feel the difference with it. And was actually trying to operate at a lower level, but we increased it. And if the pipes break, we just have to repair it. So we can't allow the people just to have no lower water pressure, especially the elevated homes. The elevated homes is what. I think that was really the complaints about the elevator homes. The ones on the ground is fine, but the elevator homes had reduced pressure.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Before you sit down, you having an inspection of the Bureau of Sewage plant?
Yeah.
I'd like to be there.
Well, I had it. I had somebody look at it. Actually met with some engineers to see how we can combine the two. I spoke with the parish president, Jeff. We're trying to Boothville and Beers. So with the low numbers down there, we actually trying to rehab a lot of the stuff at the Beers wastewater plant. So, and that if Keith gives us the approval, we're gonna try to see about it. The water study is actually included in the water study with the wastewater facility. So, Linfield and Hunter should be getting that report pretty soon.
And I got a couple problems with it myself.
Yeah, that land is the parish's now.
No, not the one it's leaking on.
Oh, well, that's fixed. Have you seen it? Yeah, I fixed that. Yeah, I fixed that.
All right.
So, also, I know when Mr. Schultz brought it up, I know it's on the cultist thing, mosquito control. So I got calls yesterday, last night about mosquito spray. I'm sure it's bad from all districts. Is there any, did we run out of chemicals? That's what was told to me by the residents, that they told the residents we ran out of chemicals. And they asked me, and I says, I have no idea, but I will ask today, so.
Yeah. Well, I'll get that answer for you. I don't believe we ran out of chemicals completely, but we did run low of chemicals.
Let me ask this, it's another question I got. Have we used the plane this year?
No.
What are we doing with that thing?
Well, we'll be using it next week sometime or in the near future. We will be flying it.
Is that, will that be? Okay, so the residents can look for the plane in the sky, and then it's gonna be flying, they can hear, because I get, again, I'm relaying message from the residents, what calls I get, and they asked me to bring it up, so that's why I'm bringing it up. And I'm just looking at the account, what we bought chemicals, for mosquito control. In April, we bought chemicals, and April, May, June, we bought chemicals. August, we bought chemicals, so it looks like every 2 months we're buying chemicals, but there was no record of chemicals being bought in October, so.
There was a requisition put in yesterday for chemicals.
Who monitors that?
We were being told, I'm being told, and this was of yesterday, is that the season has kind of gone on a little longer this year.
Yeah, the people.
With the heat, if you notice.
Yeah, well, I knew you were out there for the,
rain And just the heat that we've had, we've got an extended season here.
yeah, I know you were out
Right.
there for the Jesuit Bend Trail, and they were,
Right.
folks,
No.
I was not there, but the folks told me they were horrible, so.
I was standing there with, I was next to your wife.
And just, so I know you were there, and you felt the bite, so, so, yeah, that'll be some great news to the residents if we get that plane in the air and we get some, more chemicals. That's all I had, thank you. I'm you.
I have an answer for you. A couple of those, they are not out of chemical. The superintendent of mosquito control just texted me back. They are not out of chemical. They are spraying as normal, and they are actually also, with the event season and all the different events going on, they're also still doing the call-outs. Like when someone's having a weekend event, a ball game or whatever it is, they're still coming out and doing that stuff. So none of that has ended. The chemical for the plane is a totally different chemical anyway, so it
That's
doesn't
what I
apply
thought.
to that. When they start flying the plane, the residents of proper Belt Chase is not likely to see that plane because of the base restrictions and the
Yes.
density. That's going to be more for the East Bank and the lower end of the parish. And that's, again, Mr. Jeff's not here, but the last thing I heard is it was supposed to start flying next week. And that's pending any issues from the company that kind of manages the plane. You know, we don't do all that in-house. We don't work on it and fix it. It's all a highly regulated thing.
Well,
And I did look last weekend at the what do you call it, the trunk or treat in the Jesuit Park. I requested for an additional spraying. We got it earlier in the day, and I wanted it later in the evening. I didn't get it later in the evening, so that sort of kind of didn't sit well. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll come back to the mosquito because Mitch and
Yes, Mr. Morgan, I'd like to give Hobble his new title of what you call it, poo-poo inspector, so he can come help you with your plants. Another thing I noticed, and I found this out, Patty, thank you for the candy. I see it says Smarties, glad you didn't give us Dum-Dums. That's all.
thank you for that heavy campaign, heavy Plaquemine Parish business stuff, Mitch. You had me confused there. Mr. Champagne?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. President, do we have a more aggressive mosquito program for Halloween coming up? Because we have our kids out there, and I'm really concerned about it because they are extremely bad. And I'm being asked by a number of residents if we do have a plan in place to spray some of these areas where we know we have a dense population of people, particularly our kids. I yield.
The intentions, fortunately, come next week, we're gonna start getting some cold fronts coming through. So it's my, I believe, but look, come next week, we're gonna get aggressive with the spraying. And we know the neighborhoods, that are heavily, like the parks, down Good News, Springwood. I'm sure we got a little bit in Lake Park, Grand Terre area. So with that, we can, if there's some areas over here, Reverend, if that that needs special attention, please let me know. Mark, on the southern, if there's an area that there's an event for Halloween, we just need to know. Carlton, the same thing for Port Sullivan.
If I may, if Mr. Schultz don't mind, as a matter of fact, the Christian minister, we've been meeting every night. And I'm also glad to hear because I thought it was just happening on the East Bank. I said, oh, man, they got the mosquitoes biting us. But every night our church, we have in church service tonight, we have church service every night this week, and it started at 7 o'clock with people come from Booth Hill all over. So this week we definitely can use it because we having some serious problem with mosquitoes.
Well, it's been brutal in Belchase.
No, I see that it's all over, so I'm glad to hear that. I'm not glad, but knowing that we're not the only one.
Where's that happening at, Mr. Edwards?
It's at St. Joseph Baptist Church in Phoenix, on St. Joseph Lane, in front of the cemetery. Thank you. Mr. Schultz, still at Mr. Champagne?
Are you?
Mr. Schultz?
So let's talk about a little bit more about mosquitoes. Can we look into different chemicals next year? Because last meeting I mentioned how I was outside and I got bit right after the truck passed. Last night I did hear the truck. I went out in the middle of the street and stood there and still got bit for 10 minutes. I mean, not 10 minutes, probably 5 minutes because I got bit up. I don't find the chemicals are that effective. So can we look at different chemicals next year?
Absolutely.
And then I know normally coming up soon, we call it the winter season. They don't spray. What is our plan? Are we going to go long as?
Oh, we need to go as long as the weather's warm.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we don't, okay, November 1st, just
No,
shut
no,
down.
There's nothing like that. We go as long as we have to go.
Okay, and then I know Mr. Newsom brought up last meeting also about privatizing. Have we looked into that any?
Yes, sir. Mr. Newsom, I believe we've given,
Yeah, Mr. DeMarco met with Mr. Newsom last week, and it's my understanding he's going to kind of carry the ball with the council.
Okay,
But if he needs input from us, we're available.
all right, thank
you're
you.
going to find, it's very doable. This is a doable contract. It comes in a little bit less than what we appropriate on an annual basis. And the science and chemistry of mosquito control, I do believe it's pretty much, it may have exceeded what we know in the labs that we have. So we really need to take a hard look at that because, I had the meeting with them. There's 90-something species of mosquitoes. We have 26 or 29 of those species here in Plaquemines Parish that have been identified. There's some that bite reptiles, some that bite humans. I mean, it's all over the place. So the chemistry of it it's pretty intense, and I think we really need to really get with Mr. Newsom and like Rennie said, get with us and let's see if we can move in that direction. And look, no one's going to be losing their jobs here. We have positions for anyone that's in the mosquito control because there's other types of spraying that we need to do here in the parish as well. So, okay.
Mr. Konovich?
Yeah, I think everybody up here should go to that class because spraying for mosquitoes, the best time to spray is dusk and dawn. And if you're not spraying then, you're just blowing in the wind.
True, because if you spray in the middle of the day, the chemicals dissipate. They evaporate too fast. They evaporate before they hit the mosquitoes. So you need to do it before the sun is shining or after the sun is, like Mark said, dusk to dawn.
But if we could spray, I got a call from the Croatian Society. They're having a thing Saturday. If we could spray then, and the trunk or treats at the Kalamazoo Lane by the firehouse Friday. So.
Mr. LaFrance?
Yes, I had this on the agenda. But when we had the Ag Center here earlier this year or last year, they told us about climate change. They let us know that the bugs and the mosquitoes and everything was going to last longer because our season was lasting longer. And I've been getting a lot of phone calls from my constituents too. And I had one, Mr. Bruce Gascade, he told me, he said, Colton, I want you to tell him at the council meeting that the mosquitoes are so bad that they're knocking the paint off of my artificial leg.
That's deep.
Yeah.
And one of the things that just in sitting with this company is that these mosquitoes, the larvae, can sit dormant for years out in the marsh and anywhere. And if not enough water gets to them, they just sit there. And then when it does rain, a substantial amount of rainfall happens, that just triggers it like in massive, there's a lot to this mosquito control, so.
Yeah. I was trying to understand something you said, Mr. President, as relate to airplane spraying. You saying that you wasn't gonna use it in Belchase, but you was gonna use it on East Bank. Am I hearing that right? And why?
It's my understanding is this, the plane flies and sprays, say from the back levee. It doesn't fly over the residential
Okay.
areas. It sprays in the less populated areas.
Okay, so like behind our back levees.
Something like that.
Okay.
Or, along the highway.
I'm just concerned about, especially with our highway, we're so close to the levee.
Right.
So I'm just wondering how you control that spray, because we sit right by, my church is directly in front of the levee, and we so close. I'm just wondering, I don't have any problem, with it, with the back levees, because that's controlled on Highway 39, then you really can do that. But when it come down to the River Road, I was seriously had some problem controlling the wind,
wind-
and even where the school is.
Wind is a major factor. If the wind is above so many knots, they won't spray, because again, it goes back to spraying in daylight hours. It doesn't do any good.
Mr. Newsom, thank you.
Yes, and Mr. President's correct. Met with Jeff DeMarco. The proposals are pretty extensive and pretty good. I'll ask Mr. DeMarco to send it out to all 9 councilmen so you guys have time to review it and look it over and ask any questions. Thank you.
Mr. LaFrance?
Yes. I just want to ask, do we know exactly where the saltwater line is at in the river?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we do know it's below Point LaHash. But now Boothville Venice is in the middle of it.
Okay. All right, good. That's all I need.
Well, my last question, to President, I don't know if Ms. Buck can answer this, because I've really been talking to her about where we at with the Berkeley levy, project in terms of raising, being in CPR. So many people in Berkeley is asking me about that, and I can't give them a clear. And we have Mr. Harrell here, who's one of the people who called me on a regular basis.
Chairman, like I sent you last week, I sent you kind of a time frame, and it is within 6 months, because where they're doing all their studies right now and their analysis. But usually when they're going to post it like that, you have about 6 months, and then they're going to start.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you hear that, Mr. Harrell? Mr. Harrell? You heard what she said? You have anything on the water line? Question, comments you want to make on the water line? Okay, good. Thank you. Next item on
Let me just, I'm gonna, Carlton, the toe of the wedge is at mile marker 52.8, and Point LaHash facility is at 49.7, so it is below the Point LaHash facility.
Can we work?
Just need to know where I can go fishing.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Mitch. Mitch asked that we bring the ads, which one?
Anna Timmerman with the LSU Ag Center.
Yes. Any objection by the council member? Or not? Those are people I talked to when you interrupted me, man. Identify yourself first, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Anna Timmerman with the LSU Ag Center. I cover St. Bernard and Plaquemines Parish.
And I am Dominique Siebert, also with the LSU Ag Center, Sea Grant, St. Bernard and Plaquemines Parish.
All right. Thank you all for having us back. We just wanted to do a quick programmatic update since the last time we came and spoke to you. If you remember, I cover agriculture, natural resources, and citrus. And a couple of weeks ago, I got to travel to Tampa to meet with the University of Florida and kind of learn the latest on the citrus situation there. We do have some good news. There are specialty crop block grants that are going to be available to all the states. They're unimpacted by the government shutdown. So those funds have been appropriated by Louisiana Department of Agriculture, and we're planning to put one in for our citrus growers this coming grant cycle. So they're opening up the applications in mid-January and they're due in March. I've reached out to the grant writers in both parishes so we can start working on that together. And those funds can be used for marketing, promotion, pest control, research, and food safety. What we're kind of thinking coming out of this last year's cold and with the disease pressure, we learned about the tree removal bags. So putting an insect net over the young trees, that's going to protect them from the cold and from the insect vectors that are getting the trees sick in the first place. So for about 2 years, they stay inside those bags. They get established, they get rooted in, and their survivability increases significantly. So we can use that grant fund to purchase bags for the growers because what we're finding is the insecticide isn't working. Okay, the Cortec tablets, we've tried that. That's not working either. So this is a physical exclusion that we'd like to try based on what Florida is having success with. And those are called ICPs. They run about $22 each. So obviously a grower is not going to be able to swing that for a few hundred trees on their own. But that's something we can use these grant monies for in addition to marketing or any kind of study we want to do with that. Some other good news coming out of Florida, I met with their Millennium Citrus Project. Those are the people that are breeding for the better varieties of citrus, and that's actually administered through the Florida Foundation seed producers. We're working on an MOU between them and the LSU Ag Center to bring in 12 new citrus cultivars. So that includes things that don't get citrus greening disease, things that are more cold tolerant. So if we get a foot of snow or a 4-day freeze again, they're supposedly going to do a little better. And they have a grapefruit that doesn't interact with medications. And a lot of our growers had expressed an interest in that as well. So we have some greenhouse updates that I'm working with the USDA on. Just waiting on the contractor. We've already paid for him to come so that we can be compliant to ship citrus into the state. That material has to be inspected, and currently not everyone is able or willing to do that, so we're going to be the middleman, we, the LSU Ag Center. So that's a go. We've been greenlit, and we've paid the contractor already. We anticipate that being up and running this coming spring, so it's going to be very quick once we do get up and running, and that means our growers here in the parish will be able to access the new cultivars, start budding and grafting those trees, and then 2-3 years down the road, we should be up and running with some new things. Because what we're doing right now is using the same old cultivars we've been planting for about 200 years now, and it's just not working. So we're going to try some new ones and see how we do. The Ag Center is going to administer that very similar to an existing program that we do with the rice growers, the sugarcane growers, and the sweet potato growers. So we're going to follow that model. Any questions about that? No?
Yeah.
Yes, question?
McCarthy is in there first.
I'm sorry.
Thank
you. Thank you for coming today. We've talked in the past about trees, and I know you even came out and looked at all my
talking your mic.
came out and looked at my trees and told me to cut them down.
Yep.
So I have done such. So the grants for trees, when a public person purchases a tree from a farmer, you're going to supply the bags to farmers. Is it possible that the person purchasing the tree could also get a bag for their tree?
So you can actually purchase these bags as a home grower, and they're called Tree Defender bags, and they have a website where you can, if you just need 2 or 3 bags, you can purchase them fairly affordably, about $20 to $25 depending on the size.
Okay.
And that's something that I'm starting to recommend to the homeowners who are now starting to replant now that we're getting into fall and this coming spring. So it took a few months for folks to realize their trees weren't going to come back after that freeze. And a lot of folks did remove them over the summer months. So now my recommendation, having met with the Florida researchers, is if you're going to go to Becknell's or Star Nursery, get a new tree, fall is a great time to plant, spring's a great time to plant. Spend the extra $20 and get that bag onto that tree, and that gives it the time it needs for a couple of years to establish before we take that bag off and it's got a better chance of fighting off that bacterial disease. So you can definitely purchase that, and it does increase the survivability by about 300% in the commercial groves, where they were putting trees out and they were dead in 18 months. Now they're getting that tree up to a good size and they're actually reaching a productive age.
I've seen on agricultural shows that some farmers also have a bag they put around the roots that collects water, so you don't have to water it as often.
Yes, we call those gator bags, and we're using those actually in urban areas where we're doing municipal street plantings of trees because it does save on the water. I know in St. Bernard they have the fire department come fill the bags once a week, and it slowly percolates into that root zone. That also increases the tree's survivability, especially when we're in a drought period like we are right now.
Okay, good. If anything becomes available to the public, would you put out a notice so that we could let people know?
Absolutely. So part of that grant writing is marketing and promotion, and that's public relations also. And we also have this next slide, the March Citrus Symposium at Violet Dockville Farm. That's open to the public also, and I always put that in the newspapers. And that's where I kind of share, what's going on with the industry, what you as a backyard grower can do to make your trees more successful and productive too. So.
Thank you. And lastly, does the LSU Ag Center have any program to assist with environmental issues?
So both of us actually work pretty much on agriculture, natural resources, and fisheries. So yes, it depends on the environmental issue. Sometimes it falls under, what is it?
Testing for hazardous environment.
Hazardous. That would be DEQ. That's who would cover that. No? What kind of hazard are we talking?
Chemical hazards.
Chemical hazards?
That
Okay.
might hurt fisheries or trees. Or,
like testing and monitoring? Yes. That would be DEQ.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, and
Okay, so she's handled the plants. I'm going to handle the marine side of things and the fisheries. We had our courtesy tech checks. We have them every year before this real ramping up of the shrimp season, and we go down with the NOAA Tech guys and hit up all of the marinas and boat docks. We have year-round workshops and training. This year we did a lot of HACCP training. I did some reef fish program management, ecotourism, and then we had our 2025 regional summit. And it was everything around the introduction of freshwater and the effects of freshwater in our fisheries. Year-round, we have our Louisiana Direct program, which is a free program for fishermen to teach them how to sell directly to the public. All the training includes proper licensing, handling, and storage, working with the public, because that can be troublesome for our guys who are on boats all day, and how to expand their business. When you were talking about hazards, I do a lot of disaster planning and hurricane preparation guidance. I have published 17 fact sheets, and I think I'm up to 9 videos that are super short because I realize people don't want to read as much anymore and they want to watch a video now. So all of those are on our website, and they're also translated into Vietnamese and Spanish as well. In April, I took out 38 students from Belle Chase Middle School to participate in a coastal roots project. The kids were given seeds. They put them in their greenhouse. And come April, we were surprised that despite the snowstorm, we had 363 trees survive, and they planted them all down in Port Sulphur. And the kids had a wonderful time getting to plant the trees that they grew all year in their greenhouse. We had our annual AMC training with the Alaska Marine Safety Education, and what that is a mandatory United States Coast Guard requirement for all of our commercial fishing vessels, and it's safety training. We are in the middle of our aquatic education clinics, as we call them, or fishing clinics. We have done them, we're on our 4th day, right? We've had already over 200 students come. We had Phoenix come today. We've done Belle Chase Middle and Boothville Elementary. We have them tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. And we always need adult volunteers with so many fishing poles flying in the air. We give the kids a basic survey at the end of it, and 84% of them thus far reported learning a new skill. A lot of our kids have never been fishing before, so this is a great opportunity for them to catch a whole different kinds of fish, including eels. Tuesday, the kids caught on a small Zebco reel almost a 30-pound black drum. It was insane. Even I don't know how our fishing pole survived, but they're doing great. This year, we had one of our biggest library programs ever. We had over 100 visitors come, and we bring animals with us as well as local stories. We tell those stories in our best Cajun accents, and the kids get to pet alligators, rabbits, and turtles. I have an upcoming field trip on November 18th at Point Lahash Marina, where we're taking the entire school of Phoenix on a wetland day. They cycle through different courses where they learn about local fauna, coastal restoration projects, core sampling, and then we take them on a boat ride where we do water quality testing. And then I'm currently running our Reels program, which is an ecotourism education program for our charter guides. And finally, the big thing for our kids is our Marsh Talks program that we hold at the end of May each year. We do the program with a big grant from Venture Global and a number of private donations. The camp is free for all the students, but they get to experience our marsh every single day. They're canoeing, they're fishing, they're collecting samples, they're cleaning fish in some cases. They get to interact with a ton of wildlife, and they are literally in the marsh for 4 days experiencing everything that's so great about our parishes. And that's it.
Mr. LaFrance?
Yes, I want to get, I'm sorry, Ms. Siebert. So when you spoke about the new grapefruit tree, what variety is that?
So it actually only has a number, but it's a grapefruit that doesn't interact with antidepressants or heart medications. And I know that's a huge issue. You know, people have stopped buying grapefruit. That's part of why we don't plant grapefruit groves as much. So it's a numbered cultivar. It's actually under patent still, but that patent will expire in the next couple of years. And they're willing to send us some of these patented things to get them out into the fields to see if they grow in Louisiana and perform as well as they do in Florida.
And it's more cold tolerant, you said?
Yes, so University of Florida has been really pushing the cold tolerant citrus breeding because they're trying to plant more groves in the Panhandle area, South coastal Georgia, up into coastal South Carolina even. There's a lot of Satsuma production happening there. So some of their breeders have been very focused on that for about 12 years now, and they think a lot of those cultivars that they're pushing in those parts of the country will work in our part of the country as well. So.
Even though our area is warmer? We went from zone 9 to what, zone 9B?
Well, zone 9B to 10A, but we're still getting the brunt of those fronts that come across from the northwest. So this past winter is a pretty good example where some of my growers reported it got down to 8 degrees. And the current survivability for most of the Satsumas we grow here in state is around 20, 21 degrees. Some of the newer ones can go as low as 14, but we're really trying to get a little more cold tolerance into these trees.
Yeah, but to kill a citrus tree, usually have to sustain 18 degrees for 24 hours.
Yes, and we got 4 days of that this last go around. Out in Karen Crow, my grower out there, he was below 20 degrees for 5 days.
Well, we didn't get that in Plaquemines.
We didn't get that down here. And then actually, the further south you went in Plaquemines, the better the situation was and the trees survived. But we have a lot of growers up in the upper part of the parish, the West Bank. We got a few in St. Bernard that lost a lot of trees.
And the snow actually acts as a blanket.
It did. It helped in some cases when the trees had a nice enough canopy to hold some of that snow. They started coming back from the centers, but it takes a few years for those trees to produce again if they do.
Okay,
Yep, pretty severe.
Thank you.
Mitch?
Okay, I gotta do something here. We got a sort of a celebrity sitting right here with Dominique. She won the 2025 Coastal Stewardship Award.
What?
2025 Coastal Stewardship Award. And you don't just get that by sitting in an office and just doing paperwork. You get that from being out and doing what you do. I want to congratulate you on that, on this award you just.
Let's give her a round of applause.
And also, there is going to be an award ceremony November 13th. Where's that going to be? And what time?
It's in Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, okay.
At 6 o'clock.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to pass that on because they continue to do that great work.
Thank you so much. Mr. Konovich?
Yes, thank y'all for what y'all do. Dominique, if you catch a bunch of them eels, I'll take them.
One question.
Mr. LaFrance?
Ms. Siebert, how do your family feel about you going from agriculture to agriculture? From the land to the water. How your family feel about that?
I mean, we still have been fishing my whole life, so they're cool with it.
All right. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, ladies, so much for informing us, a very informative presentation. I look forward to y'all getting together with Mr. Brox for the stuff we talked about earlier. Thank you so much.
Mr. Chair, just real
Yeah.
quick, if you would, my office is going to reach out to you. I'd like to have a little sit-down talk with you, just some ideas that I have as far as the soil and our water table and how it's a brackish type system, or water table that we have, and try to find something somewhere out in the world. There's an ecosystem like ours, and what do they grow? So I just want to have a sit down with you. Also, when it comes to these grants, I'd like for you to get, Ms. Paula Dove, correct? Okay, all right, and get with Brad, our project manager, and work with them. Let's try to get up in front of what we're going for, what opens up in January with our, okay, all right, good deal. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Ashley?
Yes, I would also like to get with you all because Parks and Recreation has been awarded a grant from the national organization, and it's about a lot of the initiatives that you all are doing, and they are promoting collaborations and partnerships through that. So I would love to partner with you all on that. Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Yeah, we've already been awarded, so we know it's there. So thank you. You're welcome.
Maybe we can piggyback off each other and everything.
Patty still has
That way
something to
we're
say.
All right.
Thank you, ladies.
The lawn grass.
It doesn't grow more taller than this.
Can we revert back to our agenda now?
6, beer and liquor licenses. 6A, Real Warrior Classic Fishing Rodeo Annual Permit located at 317 Rosemary Drive, Empire, Louisiana 70050 on November 22nd, 2025, starting at 5 o'clock a.m. and ending at 10:30 p.m. Councilmember Jurisic. Care Center
It's just
20th.
verbal voting, okay.
We're going to do them in Globo, so. Care Center 20th Anniversary Celebration being held at Croatian House in Belchase, Louisiana on November 15th, 2025, starting at 5 o'clock p.m. and ending at 8 o'clock p.m. Councilmember Champagne.
We're gonna do both of them together? That's what we're doing? Yes, okay. Been offered and second, roll call vote. Patty, you have something to say?
Oh, sorry, cancel. That was before.
District 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
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 Thank you. Next item, please.
7, building permits. 7B, Jamie Perkle, conditional approval.
Deferred.
C, Belchase High School Volleyball Team application for gaming permit is hereby issued to Stephanie Andrews on behalf of the Belchase High School located at 8346 Highway 23, Belchase, Louisiana 70037. Councilmember Schultz.
Offered and second. Any comments from the audience? Roll call vote, verbal vote.
District 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
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 All members present voting yes.
It's passed unanimously. Next item.
8, introduction of ordinances and resolutions.
The following legislation is for Councilmember Edwards, a resolution to cancel the November 27th.
Your mic not working, can
There you go.
A resolution to cancel the November 27, 2025 and December 25th, 2025 regularly scheduled council meetings due to the Thanksgiving holiday and the Christmas holiday, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution authorizing the parish president to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement between the Louisiana Young Artists and Young Authors, and further authorizing the president to sign on behalf of the Plaquemines Parish government any and all documents necessary and proper to perfect or enforce this agreement and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to amend the 2025 Solid Waste Disposal Fund Operating Expenditure Budget, Solid Waste District 2 Department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution authorizing the parish president to extend the state of emergency for the saltwater wedge intrusion 2025 declared on September 8th, 2025, which was subsequently extended for a total of 90 days for an additional six-month period or until such time as president or council terminates the same, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The next few are for Councilmember Champagne. A resolution authorizing and directing the council secretary's office to expedite sending out introduced legislation relative to ITEPs to only the parish president and the director of economic development, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution to certify the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development that the Plaquemines Parish government has complied with all FHWA DOTD requirements in 2025 relative to bridges located in Plaquemines Parish under the Plaquemines Parish government's jurisdiction. An ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan, Highway 406 Lighting and Safety Improvements Project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan, Government Complex Festival Grounds Project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The next one is for Councilmember Schultz. An ordinance to amend the 2025 operating expenditure budget, Flood Control General Department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The next one is for Councilmember Jurasich. An ordinance to prohibit the acceptance of any new or expansion permit applications for temporary RV parks and sites authorized pursuant to ordinance number 25-70 and regulated by ordinance number 2264 as amended, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution, this is on behalf of Councilmember Konovich, a resolution supporting Keep Louisiana Beautiful, Inc. organization in Plaquemines Parish and establishing a Keep Plaquemines Parish Beautiful Committee, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to amend the 2025 operating expenditure budget, Mosquito Control Department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The next three are for Councilmember Edwards. An ordinance establishing a policy of budgetary control for operating expenditure budget for the operating budget of expenditures for the Plaquemines Parish government for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2026 and ending January 31st, 2026, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance adopting the original capital improvement budget for the Plaquemines Parish government for the 5-year period beginning on January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2030, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. And finally, an ordinance adopting the original operating budget of revenues and expenditures for the Plaquemines Parish government for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2026, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. And that's it.
Thank you.
9, ordinances and resolutions on second reading and final passage. 9A, ordinances and public hearings pursuant.
Excuse me, do we have all, see if anybody else want to defer or do anything before we do this?
Okay, I have some. We are deferring items, no, I'm sorry, wrong agenda. We are deferring 9A 2, 3, and 4.
9A2, 3, and 4, okay.
And 9C.
9C,
Yes, and that's all that I've been informed of.
okay.
Nine A1, an ordinance to amend and amended to re-adopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended in the Comprehensive Zoning District map there and adopted by reference, in which is paragraph thereto with reference to application number 2025-603, dated July 29th, 2025. Councilmember LaFrance.
I so offer for discussion.
Been offered by Councilman Fran and second by Mr. Konovich for discussion only.
Hogan? When you called me this morning, I was in church.
No problem. Good evening, council members. Paul Hogan with Woodland Bar Pits, Design from Design.
I'm sorry, sir, can you give me your name again?
Paul Hogan, Woodland Bar Pits. This here is the proposed rezoning for the property where the Woodland South sand pit is located. That's between the highway and the total levy. This was deferred at the September 11th meeting to allow time for us to discuss this proposed rezoning with the Port Director Tillotson. On September the 15th, he sent an email saying that he had no objection to the proposed rezoning, and I asked for your support. If you have any questions, let me know.
Again, on this property.
Councilmember LaFrance, can you pull your microphone down?
Yeah, I wasn't on.
Q in.
Yeah.
Q in.
You're on.
All right. On this property, that you have no definite plans on what y'all planning on doing?
No, we don't. All we have right now is a sand pit.
Okay.
We have plenty sand to sell.
Yes. You know, I don't like to rezone property if we don't have a plan for it. Mr. Morgan, this property is right north of our Post Sulphur water implant, our intake. Am I correct?
Yes.
I don't know where.
Where the sand pit is?
Across the street from the Port Suffolk plant you talking about?
No, next door.
Right up the road,
Right up north, that
Just
big,
north of
that
the
big
big
stack
sand.
of sand.
between the road and the river.
Okay.
We're just north of that.
Huh?
Just north of.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about now.
Help her, brother.
So-
Yeah, act like it.
What's the question now?
You have any objection to that, having that rezone?
I haven't even looked at it. I don't know anything about it off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hogan, there is no plans on putting no chemical plant or anything that we should worry about
No, sir.
to our water intake.
Not at all. You know, that whole area has been dredged, you know, for the Grand Ridge Marsh Recreation Project. You know, it's not an issue with the water intake.
And having it rezoned, what are you planning on doing with the sand?
The sand that we have on it right now,
Yeah.
I say it's just for commercial sales.
Mm.
There's no plan for it. If y'all have anybody that's looking for some sand, we got plenty to sell.
I'm good.
Mr. Chair.
Mitch?
Yes, I went to the zoning board meeting, was that Tuesday, Ronnie?
Yes.
And I think a lot of things get in the woods when it comes to these zoning board meetings, because you're really there just to rezone the property. And every time we go to these meetings, the next thing to know, how's the infrastructure? What's the traffic impacts gonna be? What is, the sewer? How's the drainage gonna be affected? But that comes up when the construction side of thing comes to us to vote on. So I want to clarify, rezoning is just rezoning property.
I'm sorry, Mitch.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, here we go, I'm sorry.
You on that?
You on now?
I'm on, okay. So I want to make it clear, a lot of times we thinking, well, what's going to be there? That comes at a later date, whenever they make the plans and they go before Inframark and all the engineers and get all of that done. Then it comes to us for approval, I believe. Correct. And that's where the people need to bring the complaint about what's going to be there, as opposed to the zoning board meetings. Because, just like the other night, a big issue over zoning residential. He's zoning residential, but he's still got to get all of the plans approved and everything, and then come back. And that's what I want to clarify. So when we vote on zoning issues sometimes, we need to look at, it's just a zoning issue. It's not what's going to be built there at the time. That comes at a later date. So I just wanted to clarify that, because it took, this meeting the other night lasted a long time.
Patty?
Regarding with what Mr. Jurcic said. I'd like to look at that a little further. I'm not sure if having to is not one of one of the checks and balances to make sure that everything comes before the board. So I can't comment on that part. But if we were to zone this commercially, I would like to go back to the other chain of thought. You have sand on there because of dredging, is that correct? And you're going to sell the sand?
Yes, that's correct. It was dredged out of the river.
Okay. And if, I'm wondering, would a chemical company ever be put there in the future, next to the water plant?
We have no intention of that, but, even though that was something that still would have to come and be permitted in front of the parish, if there's an objection to whatever happens with the property in the future, that's where, y'all have the opportunity to, and the people have the opportunity to oppose.
Okay, so I don't know if conditional approvals can be made, but right now you just intend to sell the sand.
Yeah, and like I say, we're selling the sand there, and it's rezoning the property from floodplain to I-3.
Okay, thank you.
It's not 100% true. If he rezones the property and wants to build something, it has to come before us. If the property's already zoned heavy industrial, whatever, if they want to build what it's zoned for, it don't come before us to get voted on. A prime example is that complex right below the air base. They was gonna build it over here. We didn't rezone it. They found the zoning that it fit, and we couldn't stop it. Same thing, they was gonna do a fish processing plant in Buras. And if if they would have got the property zoned and then went out of business, anything under that heavy industrial could have came and put there, up to a nuclear waste site. Not saying it would happen, not saying they would do it. If they wanted to rezone their property and later build something, they could do it. But if for some reason they sold the property, the people who bought it could put anything they have under heavy industrial without coming to us because it's already zoned heavy industrial.
And Ms. Conovic, that was one of the things that I was gonna bring up, the very thing that you bring up. And I just think that, and I don't know how we get around it, but I think residents should have an idea of what's gonna happen with property, before we do it. Then, because once we declare it industrial, people can bring anything. And that's one of my biggest concern about, even though this is only for discussion, is voting for those kind of things because they leave the residents up in limb. Mr. LaFrance?
Yes, there's nothing in our charter say that we have to give any rezoning. That's number one. Number two, from the time of introduction, we have 120 days before we have to take action. Are y'all familiar with that? Okay. All right, I yield.
And if I can make just one more point.
Yeah.
This I-3 rezoning is what is gonna, it's what's needed for the development for all the, major infrastructure in that vicinity. And the council itself is, at least they were at one time proposing to rezone everything from the Phillips 66 all the way down to Magnolia I-3. So this is not out of line with what the council was proposing in order to facilitate development and tax base for your parish, Anyway, I ask for y'all support. Thank you.
We just wanna take our time and make sure.
Thank you.
Well,
Hold on, Mr. Hope.
No, we're not finished, Mr. Newsom. Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. I'll get you back on. There we go.
Dangerfield.
There you go, Pat.
A question for the attorneys. Is it even possible to do conditional zoning? I'm just asking.
Say that one more time.
Is it possible to do conditional zoning because this is next to a water processing plant? Is it possible to say that we don't want a chemical company in the future? Something
We
like
don't do conditional zoning. We do zoning that has permitted uses and also has a section for conditional uses, which the property owner can ask they be granted, but the council would have to come behind that and approve it. So it's not a conditional use for the zoning, it's a conditional use as a permitted well, it's not permitted, it's got to get basically a second layer of approval for that type of facility to go there. The other thing is, it's some, y'all kind of half right, half wrong. On the industrial side of things, I think I3 is what they're looking at, I3. So in the zoning book, there is a list of I3 types of industry that require an industrial questionnaire be filled out and that specific details be provided to the council about what is going to go there. And that would have to come before you all to approve, okay? If it's a borough pit extension, or he's gonna do a second borough pit, that would require a permit. He would have to come through you all. But Mr. Kognovich is also right? For residential stuff, like multifamily, some of those issues, or like even commercial. I mean, when we think about it, we think about typically commercial, right? So a warehouse, an industrial facility, a gas station, all those things. If when you look in the zoning book, that type of activity is under a quote unquote permitted use, they're not going to come back to the council for approval on that. The administration will approve that pursuant to all the existing other rules and regulations that are out there. If it's a conditional use, they'll have to come back to you. If there's a specific ordinance somewhere that requires a permit for that type of activity, they'll come back to you. Or if it's part of the types of industries that are regulated as heavy industry, they come back to you. So, this is going to be an I3. I would imagine most of the uses would have to come back to you, but I can't sit here and tell you today that it would absolutely be captured. You can go in the zoning book and look at all the different types of industrial businesses that require that industrial questionnaire be done, and that'll tell you what absolutely has to come back before you.
Okay, at this point, I wish we knew, but thank you very much for clarifying that.
Mitch?
Yes, we bring up chemical plants, nuclear plants. When you go to do that, you got to get some federal permits. You got to go through NEPA. You got to go through all of this stuff to get approved by them. And they'll make that assumption, well, no, there's a water intake there. You cannot have this kind of plant so close to a water intake. There's federal agencies that they would have to all go through to make those kind of industries.
You're absolutely right.
And so we not the only ones that regulate it, the feds are regulated. And there's nothing prohibiting us from sending a letter to the feds, say, hey, we have a water intake system right here. Be careful, do the studies. But so something like that is much harder to get. It's just like with Venture Global, Gulfstream. You got to get FERC permitted.
Yeah, they gotta
that
get
stuff there, that takes time. So
It depends. Yeah, there may be federal regulations that regulate the type of activity they want to pursue. And to the extent there are, correct, the state and the feds will have their rules and regulations. And to the extent we know those or they're available, we hold our permits until they get their approvals, actually. Or if we issue a permit, it's conditioned upon the Corps approving it, CPRA approving it, or any other federal jurisdiction that might also have to approve it.
approval from her.
Let me try.
Correct.
Trying you under the bus there. Mr. Carter, you back again?
Oh, no, I'm out. I thought I had.
Mr. LaFrance?
Yeah, that's also true what Mr. George has said, but also when we look at St. James, they had got permits for everything, and then St. James came back and fighting them tooth and nail for everything too. So I'm representing, I just want to make sure that people that I represent, that everything is done correctly. That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay. Mr. Brox, you.
He's still on the floor.
Yeah.
Clarence Block, 156, Ennis Campbell. Only question I have, is there any residents in that area? Is anybody opposing this? Or is this a big empty area, no homes within miles?
Mr. Brock, you heard me, say that this is right above our water intake.
All right.
I have.
So houses is in the area.
And all the residents are notified. Anytime you do a zoning change, all the neighboring residences within a certain amount of area are notified.
Yeah,
And
effectively.
I'm pretty sure Ms. Amicher would not have let this come to a vote without them all having an opportunity to come to the zoning meeting, express their concerns, and honestly come here and express their concerns too if they wanted.
Well,
And again, like I said before, we don't have to take a vote till 120 days.
No, I'm not insinuating you do. I'm just, yeah.
well, I have no problem with like the city from Alliance to St. Jude. There will be trees all in that area, and if that's going to affect any of the residential, so that's all. I don't have a problem with that. So as long if it do pass someday, I just want the people to take care of the residents. All right.
They have residents in that area.
Okay. Well.
And Mr. Brock, you don't want a tugboat showing a light to your house.
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Oh yeah, that's me. That's me.
Mr. LaFrance,
Yes, I defer.
can I ask you a question before you defer it?
It's gonna be withdrawn. I mean, it's gonna fall off.
Just reintroduce it.
Can I ask you something before we move, Mr. LaFrance?
Go ahead.
Why is it we have to wait 120 days for this? Because I just think that's a long time to wait. I think if we got a position, we need to state our position. And because if you got a laying on out there, that's a long time for them to have to wait for us to make a decision. So I'm just wondering why we.
Ask the attorney.
Oh. Why are we delaying it, Rini, for 120 days?
It's in the comprehensive zoning ordinance, so it is part of the zoning regulations that are in the books. I mean, that could be amended by you all if you like, but that's the rule as it is and up to. No, you don't have to wait.
But that was my question.
No,
Yeah,
you can vote
that's what I was
today.
gonna say, yeah.
No, you can vote today. What Mr. LaFrance was saying is you have up to 120 days.
Yeah, and
But if y'all made a decision today, you could vote today.
Well, I don't want to do that today with him, but I was hoping that we, just for the sake, and I might be in opposition to it, but I still think that we shouldn't have to wait 120 days to make a decision. That's all I'm saying. And I just hope that, we can make a decision, put it back on the agenda and make a decision, yes or no, so that folks won't have to be around 120 days waiting on stuff. That's just my position. Thank you. Next item, please.
9A5, an ordinance approving a plan of re-subdivision of lots 7, 8, and 9, Square 5, Village of Ironton.
Hold on, we want to go back to.
Well, no, not yet. Not yet. Before the meeting is over, I'll go back.
Okay, thank you.
An ordinance approving a plan of re-subdivision of lots 7, 8, and 9, Square 5, Village of Ironton, Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, into lots 7A and 9A, Square 5, Village of Ironton, Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as shown on the plan and plat of survey by Dufresne Surveying and Engineering, Inc., dated August 20th, 2025, the owners having fulfilled all the requirements of the subdivision and re-subdivision ordinance of the Parish of Plaquemines without cost to the Plaquemines Parish government or the Parish of Plaquemines, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember LaFrance.
Offer.
Second. Been offered and second. Any comments from the audience? Administration table? I guess verbal roll call.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
And District 9?
Yes.
All members present voting yes.
Thank you.
B, an ordinance to amend the 2025 general fund, fund balance designations, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
So offered.
We're on B, right?
Yes. Well,
Something Yeah. Yeah, defer.
Okay, we'll defer it. The action will bring it back up. It's deferred.
D, an ordinance to amend the 2025 manpower structure and operating expenditure budget and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Jurasich.
So offered.
Been offered and second. Any comments from the audience? The administration, the table, verbal roll call.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4? District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
All members present voting yes.
E, a resolution authorizing and directing the parish president or his designee to do all things necessary and proper to negotiate, execute, perfect, and enforce any and all documents required to sign the CEA with the Louisiana Department of Treasury and the State of Louisiana for a line item appropriation contained in Act 461 of the 2025 RLS in the amount of $50,000 for the purpose of recreational infrastructure on the East Bank of Plaquemines Parish and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
So offered. Been offered and second. Any comments from the audience? The administration, the table. Verbal roll call.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
And District 9?
Yes.
All members present voting yes.
F, a resolution establishing the dates, times, and places of public hearings on the proposed 2026 operating budget and on the proposed capital improvement budget covering a period of at least 5 years as submitted by the parish president to authorize the council secretary to place the necessary public notice in the Plaquemines Gazette pursuant to Section 702A and Section 705C of the Charter for Local Self-Government, Parish of Plaquemines, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offered.
We have blanks
Blanks.
to fill in. Yeah. It's going to be held,
Hold on one second. I'm good.
on line 17, we're filling in the blank of November 17th and November 18th.
November the what?
November 17th and 18th,
Okay.
and the time, 9 o'clock?
I think, let's do the
Or-
do first. Chris, did-
We have some discussion on this?
yeah.
So who's, well, hold on.
Well,
Can you,
this is just for the council.
Yeah.
can you key it in so we can?
Okay.
No, I just,
Oh, okay.
we can change it.
They don't have it.
We can't do it when the port does it because Kim and Rochelle will not be here. The initial date y'all were talking about for the, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about going back to when the port was.
No, 17
Oh,
and
okay.
18. Let's go for it.
Time y'all come to work, 7 o'clock?
Hey, we can meet at 5.
Oh,
So we can, yeah.
5 for who?
We wanna start at 3.
5 for who, Mr. Hinckley?
Lord,
John,
For who?
we're available.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so on line 17, we're filling in the dates of November 17th and November 18th, and the time would be at 9 a.m.
Can we make it 10? I'm sorry?
I've got to come from all the way.
No, no, it doesn't make it, I heard Dr. and 9. You good with 9? Okay. Oh, yeah, 9 is good.
And on line 19, until the budget hearings are canceled or concluded on November 18th.
And I'll offer it with the changes. It's been offered and second. Any comment from the audience, the administration, the table, Verbal roll call, please.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4? District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
And District 9?
Yes.
All members present voting yes.
9G, an ordinance to amend the 2025 general fund operating expenditure budget, buildings, general department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto, and this has changes.
On line 4, we are removing the word appropriating and inserting the word transferring. After the $150,000 on line 4, we are removing from the general fund unreserved undesignated fund balance. On line 12, the same changes. Appropriating is being removed. Transferring is being inserted. And after the $150,000, we're removing from the general fund unreserved undesignated fund balance. And on line 21 in the chart, the object code is 568.20. Property air conditioners, heaters is being decreased by $150,000. And those are the changes.
It's been offered by Councilman Gui and second by Councilman Schultz. Any comments from the audience, the administration, the table, verbal roll call?
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
All members present voting yes.
H, a resolution authorizing and directing the parish president or his designee to do all things necessary and proper to negotiate, execute, perfect, and enforce any and all documents required to sign the CEA with the Louisiana Department of Treasury in the state of Louisiana for a line item appropriation contained in Act 461 of the 2025 RLS in the amount of $50,000 for the purpose of the Oakville Senior Center for Operating Expenses, Community Engagement, and Outreach Operations, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Newsom.
So offered.
Second. It's been offered by Councilman Newsom, second by myself. Any comments from the audience, the administration, or the table? Verbal roll call?
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4? District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
All members present voting yes.
I, a resolution authorizing and directing the parish president or his designee to do all things necessary and proper to negotiate, execute, perfect, and enforce any and all documents required to sign the CEA with the Louisiana Department of Treasury in the state of Louisiana for a line item appropriation contained in Act 461 of the 2025 RLS in the amount of $100,000 for the purpose of improvements to the Jesuit Bend Park, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Jurisdiction.
I offer.
Second.
Been offered by Councilman George, second by Councilman Newsom. Any comments from the audience, administration? I have one from the table. Mitch, is it the same grant that was used for District 1 and 2?
Yes.
This is the one that came from Jacob Pro appropriate. This-
No, it's Senator Connick.
Senator Connick.
Right, okay.
So this is a different one?
Appropriations from the.
Okay.
From the state.
I
Same
thought-
thing as the other one.
We got it.
Free money.
Well, only reason I was asking, because we both got 50 and you got 100,000. I was trying to figure. I just was trying to figure out how you got the hookup, that's all.
One sold.
I don't think got 450.
I got 0.
Okay, all right.
Oh, okay. All right. Go get that money. That's all.
Roll call vote, please.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yeah.
District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Yes.
All members present voting yes.
J, a resolution to appoint commissioners to the Plaquemines Parish Tourist Commission for the new 3-year term and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Jurisic.
I offer.
Second.
Been offered by Councilman George, second by Councilman Newsom. If there's any comments from the audience, the administration table? Mitch, you want to make a statement? I see you.
Yes, this is the appointment of David LeBlanc, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. Okay, that's all. Yeah, but we vote on.
We voting the whole thing, right?
Yeah, vote on the whole.
As is, okay. All right. Verbal roll call?
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9?
Abstain.
And
And the
so,
measure passes with 8 members voting yes to 1 abstention.
10, approval of the minutes from the October 9th, 2025 regular meetings.
So often.
offered by Councilman, LaFrance, second by Councilman Konovich. Any objection from the audience? The administration, the table, verbal roll call?
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yay.
District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 9? You said what? What you said?
8-1.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
can we move to item 8, please?
Item 8? Oh, you want to go back to? Okay, introduction. Is there any objection for Councilman LaFrance moving back to,
8, introduction of ordinances. and
introduction
resolutions.
ordinance?
An ordinance to amend and amended to readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of the Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended, and the Comprehensive Zoning District map therein adopted by reference, and which is paragraph thereto with reference to application number 2025-603 dated July 29, 2025. Councilmember LaFrance.
Right, you just,
Mr. Garrett. Okay.
New business. 11B, discussion on waterline and elevating homes.
yes, yes. Can, administration, anybody give us any update on terms of where we have, because a lot of residents are still want to come back home, and this elevation thing is really a really issue. I mean, we have some people really depressed by it because the restrictions are just beyond what they're able to handle. So can we give an update of where we at with that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, one more time?
We're talking about the elevation of home. What could be done?
There's nothing new. The process has been started. Like I had told you, we're at the number 1 phase. I have already we sent a letter to Colonel Otan to get into the rehabilitation program. That is step 1. I'm getting my letters of recommendation from congressional delegation plus legislative delegation. And then moving on, as soon as we get those back levies federalized, then we can submit to FEMA to rerun flood maps.
My other question, maybe Rena, you might be able to answer this.
That's all about elevating homes.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to ask something that's related to elevation home, and that is a lot of people have trailers on their property that was there since Katrina, and we were grandfathered in at Katrina. And I'm just wondering about, some of them could actually move back in there, but I think it's, if you're 51% damage, it's causing some people, and it might just right be at 49 and something minor could be done. I just think if we could just turk that some kind of way, it's probably about 30, 40 people can come back home if we could just basically make that changes without the elevation, and we can revisit to having people repair their home. We can get almost, in some area, I'm willing to say, Paris, where we might get 100 people can move back to Plaquemine. If we just change that, do something around that.
The 51% rule is a federal rule. That's not a parish rule. And so we cannot waive that. If FEMA comes down and audits us and determines that we're not following that rule, we would be under audit, and they could potentially shut down our participation in the National Flood Insurance Program. So that's a federal rule, a federal statute, and it is not It is not our rule, but we have to enforce it if we intend to participate in the FIP program. Now, how that 51%, 48%, how that's determined, I know our permanent office works with individuals to do that. If somebody feels like something's been done one way or the other, I mean, certainly I would encourage them to go to the permanent office and make their case one way or the other, but that is something that they audit us on, and if we're not enforcing that rule, we get in trouble.
Well, what I'm saying is it possible we can look and see if that's something we can revisit with FEMA, that they might change rather than the elevation issue. They might, if we revisit it, saying, do we have any wiggle room? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything's on the table as part of that litigation. I mean, obviously, there's still that ongoing litigation, and unfortunately, when you're dealing with the federal government, the state government, and all these federal rules and regulations, it's just not something that happens overnight.
Okay. Thank you. Say that again?
Well, then they're shut down, so, you know.
Thank you so much for that. Next. I'm sorry, Mr. Brox. You on the part about the elevation? Okay.
I know I'm gonna get in trouble, but, I just got the answer from, just now I got the answer to go to the permit office and file a grievance, to get an answer why it's being done. If you look, on the East Bank, the Woodlawn Fire Department, the fire station, it has been, being remodeled, and it have to be 80% destroyed. So that's way above the doggone 51%. And they redoing that building, it don't have to be elevated. If you take all 3 walls down and all the top, it was damaged from Hurricane Isaac. And they're rebuilding that building, and nobody gonna get in trouble. Or they're living in it, they're gonna have the firemen's gonna be living in it.
Talking to your mic.
The living quarters. But it still ain't gonna be the 21 feet.
So I think the question, and I don't know, Mr. DeMarco right here, that, and me reading, I know you can, because I just saw it because of the nature of the fire department, that there was some exception to that. And that building was already elevated at the height. And the only thing is different is the change in the living quarters in it, but I think they have sort of met the height requirement. So I don't know if that was the issue, but that came up a lot for a lot of people, and I thought we had resolved that issue.
Yeah, I would have to defer those questions to Mr. Smith, who is our floodplain manager. He knows those rules and regulations a lot more than I do. I do know that if any fire department or any building or structure was rebuilt with FEMA funds, we would certainly have to meet all the requirements that FEMA would make us meet for those expenditures. So I don't know the specific area you're talking about. I would really prefer to defer to Mr. Smith. Maybe we can get Mr. Smith at the next meeting, and he can kind of give y'all an update on where some of those items are. He's just more familiar with them than I am.
Mitch?
You know, Mr. Brox, on your issue, if your living quarters meet the elevation requirements, the bottom part that y'all rebuilding, you're gonna be required to have flood vents, just like in any other shed. You can build a shed on the ground, but you have to install flood vents, and that's the way you get around that. It's just flood vents.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what he's talking about, because
I think that's what he meant, because they're rebuilding, but everything, the living quarters is above, but everything below, you can rebuild because you gotta put the flood vents in.
And that's what I was saying too, because when we had this conversation with him before, because we talked about what you talked about, the vent, and that's an easy requirement, because I talked to Ms. Rose, and she said the very same thing, and I thought we was clear when I brought up to Mr. Brock before, so.
I'll ask Mr. Smith to watch this and ask him to reply by email. And then perhaps at an upcoming meeting, he can come in and talk to y'all more generally about where things stand.
And the firehouse is coming along real good. I'm pleased at the amount of progress that's being made, and looking forward to it being open. I'm sorry, Mr. Conovich.
It'd be the same way as if a trailer was 21 feet off or whatever flood level it is. If it's that high, you could rebuild it. You don't have to go by the 50.1% damage. If it was on the ground and it's 50.1% damage, then you got to raise it to the flood elevation to be able to rebuild it.
All right. That answers a lot of my questions because a lot of people have been asking, how can you, that building was destroyed by a hurricane and a lot of mold and mildew, and it just stripped it down to zero, and it's being put back together. And like you said, I'll be able to answer some of the questions, and some of the people want to know how the Woodlawn building could be rebuilt and our homes can't be rebuilt if we get 51%, and they're still on the ground. I let them know that the elevation part meet the requirement for where they're going to be living at. It meet the requirement for being elevated. So that answers a lot of questions. But I'm going to go to the permit office and see if I can talk to Mr. Smith so I get a little better understanding. All right, thank you.
And I think the part that you're really going to about is the last part I talked to Mr. Rini about, it was turn the fixing of trailers that's on the ground. And with that 51%, I'm hoping that you keep it focused to that, because I think that's what I was trying to focus on, because that would help bring a lot of people back.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
Okay, we just received the introduction. Do you want to go back to introduction?
Yes, please.
Introductions of ordinances and resolutions. An ordinance to amend the 2025 general fund operating budget solid waste fund and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember LaFrance.
Okay, so you're just introducing, okay. Let's go back to the agenda then.
11C, solid waste south. Councilmember LaFrance.
We just took care of it. Thank you.
D, District 3 update, discussion of budget policies.
Ms. Shelf.
I mean, I guess at this point, I don't think anybody actually went and talked about what they want to see change with the policy. So budget hearings should be interesting. I'm just going to leave it at that. I yield.
Mr. Newsom.
Yes, I just received an email from Ms. Morrell. I think Dr. Gouy, you had requested a meeting, so if you guys check your email, I think she set a date up, so if you're interested. Yeah, she sent it. So, yeah, I think so. If you would just reach out to Ms. Morrell and she'll take the first 3 or 4. I think Dr. Gouy is in already, so 3 of them. That's all I wanted to express. Everybody check y'all emails. Thank you.
Okay. Next item, please.
F, District 5 update on the bridge. Councilmember McCarty.
He is finished.
No.
He's finished.
He's not doing the train.
No, I'm not. I got my answer.
We're at F.
So, in regard to.
QN.
In regard to the bridge update. I know that Mr. Marco's not here, and did Mr. Roberts leave? Oh, there you are, okay. I have a question first about the water. Do you know if we have installed those 3 8-inch pipes to replace that one pipe that was damaged quite often going into Fort St. Leon North? Damaged because of bridge construction?
No, ma'am, not yet. That line hasn't been fully replaced now.
Is it scheduled? And have we decided to put an 8-inch and a 12-inch or a 3 8-inch? Or,
We're still talking about it. We're still
okay,
trying to see. Yeah, we're still talking about it.
okay. Mr. President, I appreciate the letter that you sent on behalf of State Oil and the declaration that we did here, and would like to discuss whether or not we could do something similar for the insurance issues that the people in that neighborhood have with their cracked foundations, and encourage Plannery to address this because they've been stalling and they're trying to go past the date of prescription where somebody can file a claim. So if we can try and help the residents with something like that. And I did talk with someone at DOTD who says that they're not able to give me any update, so I was wondering, do you have any update on how long the tolls will be, or how long they anticipate the negotiations will go on and the tolls will remain off?
It's my understanding through Rep. Bro is that we do know that plenary came in not this Monday, but a week ago Monday, met with the governor. And at that time, Rep. Bro got some information that plenary was going to come back. I think it was in 3 to 4 weeks. So that's still like 2 to 3 weeks from now to bring their ideas and their thoughts to the governor.
Okay.
And then we're still of the opinion, Rennie, correct me if I'm wrong, even at that time, we still feel, and we've been told by Mr. Donahue, who is legal for the governor's office, that we will have some input and we'll, have some, not to say, but we'll be at the table at that time.
Okay.
There is the Administrative Protection Act, Procedures Act, that we feel that should come into play because it says shall create the committee. So that should take some time. And that could take maybe months. So it's nowhere in the near future where these tolls are going to be removed.
Okay. And I would imagine that GoPass has been here maybe 20 days or 15?
Maybe.
Around that. They were supposed to be here for 90 days. Is
a
that
week
still
or more.
correct?
Yeah.
So they're still supposed to be for a total of 90 days. Is that correct?
Right.
So when I went over there, they had 7 employees. And only 32 people had visited in a particular day. I hope they don't try to say that it's costing too much to have this office here because they're overstaffing it. But
I don't believe plenary is going to do anything negatively to impact them anywhere in the near future.
okay. Yeah, we need people to go and fix your bills while the office is here in the parish.
I have a small stack that I need to find time and go over there.
Exactly.
Deal with it, so I'm like,
It would be nice if they opened up one day on Saturday and maybe closed on Monday. But just anyhow, if you happen to talk to somebody. Anything else about the bridge that anyone can share?
no, that's good.
Okay, thank you all very much.
Okay.
Adjournment.
Been both adjournment and second. Verbal roll call.
District 1,
No, let's stay.
District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6.
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8. District 9. Minutes passed by a vote of 8 to 1. 342.